Unfortunately, this afternoon, and by the way, it is 12:15 p.m. on Sunday, June 1st. God, is it the 1st already? I don't know what has just kind of happened in the last 24 hours. I've just been getting these incredible surges of clarity. Not all at once. It kind of comes in, like I say, surges. And a few moments ago, I got sort of a new take on something that I have noticed for a very long time, but never the way I've noticed it in the last 2 years. I feel that it is important to raise awareness. I feel that it is important for most people to know that when you go onto a platform or website like YouTube, you might think that all you're doing is browsing and scrolling and watching videos and commenting on them. But I have reason to believe that that's not all that's really going on. 1:11 on the clock. I have very closely observed in the spiritual community the headlines, and I have kept some of them that I have found, some just extremely gruesome, some alarming, some way too personal, more than someone should know on that end. And I've researched who they come from. Could be editors that the actual content creator hires. The content creator themselves could create these headlines. And in some very rare cases, there could be something like the website could be hacked or something like that. But this has gone on for 2 years. I've noticed this shit for 2 years, sent examples to YouTube, and they have done nothing about it. Okay. And I don't want to say they've done nothing. It's not that they've been irresponsive. They get a lot of emails. They get a lot of complaints, requests. I mean, they've got a lot on their plate. So I don't want to say it's that they haven't done anything. I just want to say that they're behind at this point, and I don't see it, very quick progress on it. So as you scroll the headlines, you'll notice, and I've noticed this too because I'm very vocal, but there will be some headlines that are not appropriate. Okay, these are supposed to be general tarot readings. So that tells me that the headlines ought to be kind of plain vanilla, so I call it. Okay, they should be kind of neutral. They should be sort of generalized. They shouldn't say things like, I can't think of an example. I'll throw some examples up in a slide here in a little bit. I've just got to pull them out. That'll be the second part when I'll edit those in. But it shouldn't be stuff that is triggering. It shouldn't be stuff that's offensive. And, when people have commented, me especially, I have been dedicated to commenting and saying, hey, that's not a very nice headline. You shouldn't say that to the collective. Take it down or revise it or something. I am very, very vocal many, many times a day like that. And it still continues. It still goes on and on. So someone is aware of it. Someone is aware that it's not okay, but they continue to do it. I don't know if you know what energy harvesting or siphoning is, but you have to be careful of that, especially in a spiritual community, because a lot of witches and warlocks, they don't use their powers and their intuition for good. There are people, unfortunately, out there that, have malevolent purposes and agendas, and they use the energy. They prey on the energy of other people. So it doesn't matter if it's happy energy, it could be frustrated energy, it could be angry energy, so long as it is heightened and potent, okay? So they do whatever they can, is what I think. They do whatever they can, even purposely, to frustrate you, aggravate you, irritate you, because that heightens, deepens the energy for them to glean from you so that they can do their wretched spell work. Now, this is sort of a hypothesis. I don't have solid proof of this, all of it, not all of it, but I've hung out in the spiritual community long enough, and I've observed long enough, and I know enough to know that that's what's going on. That's what's going on. And you got to be careful, because there are certain spiritual laws that people are not supposed to violate, but they do. And it involves your very aura and essence. So if you have kids, like, I'm preaching to the choir, but if you have kids, limit the time they spend on YouTube. Limit the kind of communities they go into. Limit the way that they can interact, or what they look at. The parental controls are very, very good features. And as far as yourself, awareness is our best remedy as adults, is to be aware that this does go on, can go on, and that we don't know who's on the other end of it. We don't know who that is on the other side. We don't know what they're doing, what their energy is, we don't know. But it's obvious and very clear that it is going on. So this could be bad for you spiritually. It could even be bad for you physically.